What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you a review of the Aimé Dore New Balance 1000 in this gray colorway. This is the second of 3 colorways of the New Balance 1000 that was released in collaboration with Teddy Santis' Aimé Dore. So whereas the white pair, which I reviewed earlier on my channel, had a wider release on the New Balance website as well as other boutiques, this gray colorway as well as the black pair, these I believe are exclusive to ALD. So these I managed to hit on ALD's website through a raffle earlier this month in June. And they retailed for a price of $165 US, and the style code for this shoe is M1000AL1. So the New Balance 1000 is a model that released back in 1999, but it seems to be the flavor of the month for the brand, as they've been heavily pushing this silhouette not only with collaborations, but also upcoming general release colorways too. And safe to say, it's been pretty polarizing. A lot of people have been saying that this is kind of like a knockoff of the Air Max 95 or Air Max 97, but at the same time, it seems to be kind of like a breath of fresh air for the brand, as people might be a little bit tired of the constant barrage of 1906 Rs and 2002 Rs. And before I continue this review, if you've already watched my review of the white or the pristine colorway, this is pretty much the exact same video, minus of course the fact that this is a gray based sneaker instead of white. So no offense taken if you guys want to skip this video entirely. So first off, here's a quick look at the box. So just like the pristine colorway, this comes in a gray colored cardboard box, and we have the silver Aimé branding on the top lid. And then on this side of the box, we have the New Balance logo, whereas on the other side, we have ALD branding here. So diving into the details of this shoe, you'll see that the majority of the upper of this pair is crafted using genuine leather. So on the toe box, you can see this gray leather is perforated, and then overlaid on the front toe cap, we have this fork-shaped overlay of leather, and we have this reflective panel on the lateral side, and this embroidery on the medial side. Moving downwards, we have these flowing overlays of leather, which incorporate both reflective panels and embroidery throughout. And then for the eyelets, so we have these woven loop style eyelets, which has a reflective layer right down the center, but in between this we have more of a traditional eyelet style, giving you a bit of customization. Underneath this, on the mid panel, we have the New Balance N logo. This is done in this translucent TPU material with this dark gray outline on the edges. And then underneath this, we have a translucent TPU layer here as well, and we have Aimé branding pressed onto the lateral side in silver. Moving downwards on the bottom, we have this layer of gray colored mesh, and then surrounding the heel of the shoe, we have this dark gray synthetic overlay which kind of has a rubberized feel to it, and we have this cutaway exposing this 3M layer in the middle. And then on the bottom, we have another translucent TPU layer, and here you'll find 1000 branding on the medial side. Above this, we have New Balance branding pressed onto the perforated leather, and then on the top of the heel, this is covered in mesh, and we have a reflective New Balance N logo on the very top. Attached to the laces, just like the pristine pair, this comes with this hang tag, which has this metallic silver finish to it, and extras like these are always a nice added touch. And then for the laces, this pair comes with 3 different lace options. The standard lace that they come with is a thick rope style lace done in a mix of gray along with dark gray reflective hits. But they also come with 2 extra oval shaped laces in 2 different shades of gray. Running down the center of the tongue, we have this TPU layer, which helps to hold the laces in place. And then the tongue itself is padded and it's covered in this gray colored mesh. And then on the top of the tongue, here you'll find Aimé and New Balance 1000 co-branding. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is lined in a gray colored mesh, and just like any other New Balance 1000, we have this additional padding around the back Achilles area of the sneaker. And then for the insoles, these come with your typical foam lined insole, nothing too special here. It's covered in a black and gray mesh on top, and again we have ALD and New Balance co-branding pressed onto the heel. So the upper of the New Balance 1000 sits atop this chunky and sculpted dual density foam setup consisting of polyurethane along with New Balance's Absorb technology. So this is a very sculpted and exaggerated looking midsole. And then for the outsole, this is done in a mix of black and gray colored rubber. So we have these segmented pods which gives you a little bit more flexibility. And in the middle of the outsole, we have New Balance's Stability Web technology, and this is a gray TPU shank plate which helps with torsional rigidity and midfoot support. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about how these fit, so my foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. And I find that the New Balance 1000 is a model that fits a little bit long and a little bit narrow. Even though my feet are a little bit wide, I prefer to go a half size down to a size 9.5. That left me about an index finger's width space between the top of the shoe and the top of my toe. It does feel a little bit snug around the toe box straight out of the box, but the more you wear them and the more you break them in, they eventually feel quite comfortable over time. To give you guys a point of comparison, I go a half size down to a 9.5 in a lot of made in USA models like the 992, 993, 990 V3, V4, V5, and V6, whereas I usually stick true to size or a size 10 in models like the 2002R, 1906R, 860 V2, and a lot of made in UK models like the 1500 and the 991. So long story short, if you have a normal, narrow, or even a slightly wide foot, I feel like you could go half size down, but if you have a really wide foot, then just stick true to size and deal with the extra length. Moving on to the comfort, so these feel actually surprisingly comfortable on foot, though it's not going to be as comfortable as, for example, a 990 V6 or a 993, it still is a decently comfortable sneaker, especially for one that looks as clunky as this. So straight out of the box, you can feel that compression and the softness of this midsole, especially underneath the heel. And I mean, for an everyday casual use sneaker that's a bit more budget friendly than a made in UK or made in USA model, I think these will do the job perfectly fine. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality was surprisingly decent. This is definitely a step above the general release materials, so because this is an ALD collaboration, it makes sense why they utilize for the most part genuine leathers. And aside from that though, I thought the build of the shoe was decent. This pair was built a little bit better than my white pair. I didn't notice any flaws on this gray colorway whatsoever. The stitch job was good, the paint job was good, and there weren't any major glue stains that I could see. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up for you, and I'll show you guys how these look. All in all, this is a very simple take of the New Balance 1000, which some people can call basic, but like I mentioned in my review of the white colorway, I really think the devil is in the details. You can appreciate the material variety when you see these up close. And to be honest, while the white colorway is still my favorite, I think this gray colorway stands out a little bit more because it's so common to see white or cream-based sneakers, but having like an all gray sneaker like this is a little bit different and obviously a bit more unique, at least for my collection. And the fact that this is an ALD exclusive colorway, it just makes it more sought after. But I haven't checked the secondary market prices on these, so if you are looking to grab a pair of these on the secondary market, hopefully the prices aren't too bad, or hopefully eventually the prices will go down. So leave your thoughts down below, let me know what do you guys think about this gray colorway of the New Balance 1000. What are your thoughts on this one compared to the black and the white? And how would you rank the three ALD pairs? As usual, if you guys enjoy this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at sgo8, check me out on X at sean.go spelt out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thank you everyone for watching, hopefully you guys enjoy this review, and I'll catch all of you in my next video.